And we start with a live look from Capitol Hill this morning. Much of the area still covered in snow, but it is back to class for DC public school students. And after 2 snow days, district leaders decided students will return today. However, school is still canceled for a 3rd day for lots of students in Northern Virginia and Maryland. You can see those closures scrolling at the bottom of your screen all morning long.
And if you're headed out today, 7 News is on your side with team coverage of how things are looking across the DMV. We've got meteorologist Jordan Evans and Storm Track once again checking out the roads in Virginia. Kelly Lynn is live in Burtonsville, Maryland, and John Gonzalez is live with us on Capitol Hill with how things are looking in D.C. as people prepare to gather to pay their respects to President Jimmy Carter. And good morning to you. I'm Adam Longo.
And I'm Megan Clark. We've got the team all here with meteorologist Eileen Whalen, Britt Waters. We got Joy Wang here. We are tracking a lot from our weather issues to fires in Southern California. And Joy, you're impacted by those, your family.
Yeah, and to see those videos too come in. I mean, Eileen, you were mentioning you were noticing it too this morning as we were coming in, and I learned just before we went on air this morning that parts of Pasadena was evacuating, which is close to where they live as well.
Yeah, meantime here at home, we are not getting any melting anytime soon, are we?
I mean, just little bits during, the afternoons, but that's all refreezing. So again, similar to the past few mornings, waking up to some icy spots where you've got another day with cold wind, and that's going to be the case again tomorrow as well. But this melt and refreeze cycle rolls on, and we still continue to track that next weather maker that'll bring us a little snow on Saturday. So I'll have updates on that in just a moment. But bundle up. You'll see air temperatures on the side of your screen, but when you factor in breezy winds, wind chills right now, 10 is what it feels like in Gaithersburg. It feels like 15 in Upper Marlboro. So dress warmly. We'll have more clouds than sun, especially as we head through the afternoon as temperatures get to right around that freezing mark, but even colder tomorrow morning. So we'll look ahead at that coming up. But how are the roads looking? The main roads looked just fine, Britt.
They did, but look at right here, Bradley Boulevard in Bethesda. We're taking a look at Arlington Road where you can still see some snow on those roads and nearby, that sleekness to it. Some of these smaller streets are still dealing with some really treacherous conditions. Let's look elsewhere. DC 295 is where we have a southbound slowdown happening. Yes, there's more cars on the road than there has been for the last 2 days, but we're still not back to that normal volume that we're used to. We are seeing crashes come in southbound DC 295 in Southeast. Right at South Capitol Street is where we have a crash. You can pass it. I'll see you in less than 7 minutes with traffic and weather together.
All right, thanks, Britt. So across the area, we are seeing most main roads have been plowed and treated, but drivers could run into some trouble on those side streets and the residential streets that are still covered in snow that's now just really tightly packed.
Still got to be so careful out there. Meteorologist Jordan Evans is in Storm Track. And Jordan, talk to us about those roadway conditions in Virginia that you're seeing. You were in Arlington a few minutes ago. Now, whereabouts are you?
Just pulled into Alexandria. We're off Richmond Highway. We're going to head down to Old Town and check out some of the roads there. But here's one of the side streets just off of Richmond Highway. Lots of snowpack. This is slush from yesterday that has now frozen into chunks of ice. And then where you see some of that clear pavement, that may not be clear pavement. That could easily be some of that black ice that is probably the most slippery type of ice and that you'll run into this morning. And a lot of the cars on the sides of the streets, of course, if you're taking one of those vehicles out today, allow extra time. You still have snow on top of your car. Make sure you clear that off completely. But again, that's the view we're currently seeing. Also a reminder to get those sidewalks clear, especially in Arlington. They will start to hand out fines if the sidewalks are not clear from the snow. But overall, snow-packed roads throughout the neighborhood streets, so allow some extra time to get out of your neighborhood. Richmond Highway, Interstate 395, everything else main road-wise we have seen so far looking clear. Now refreeze again tonight as we get more melting today, so this will be the case throughout the rest of the week. Reporting from Alexandria, meteorologist Jordan Evans, 7 News.
Jordan, thank you. To Maryland now, where Kelly Lynn is live in Burtonsville checking out neighborhood roads and also a snow-related request from Montgomery County Public Schools. I have a request for them, but Kelly, you first.
Oh, I don't even want to hear it. Yes, they are asking people, if you have a car on a parking lot at a school, please remove it because it's impeding their efforts to remove the snow and the ice. Now, the snow emergency in Maryland has lifted. That means that in Montgomery County, there will be parking fees at parking garages. The ride-on bus service has also moved to a weekday schedule. In residential areas like the one I'm in right now, the plows are continuing to come through. One has come through this area, but there still remains some snow and some ice. Now in Montgomery County, they are promising that the plows will be passing through the residential roadways at least one time. County leaders say the goal here isn't to make these roads completely clear, not bare pavement, but they say that they will make them passable. Rural areas like Damascus and Poolsville have experienced some snow drift conditions. Crews are revisiting plowing streets there. I did speak to residents in Poolsville. They tell me that their neighborhood streets are clear. Now, also a request this morning, as we said, from MCPS, that is to move those cars from parking lots. They are telling us also that they will continue to offer the emergency meal service between 12 o'clock noon today and 2 p.m. That is for people 18 and under. And if you'd like a list of the updated locations, this is being offered at various schools. We have posted the updated locations on our website. All you have to do is go to WJLA.com. Live in Burtonsville, Kelly Lynn, 7 News.
A ride-along with Lieutenant Gene Ryan shows us what it takes to get to emergencies during and after snowstorms. We saw some home and business owners who had not shoveled their sidewalks and walkways. DC law requires property owners to remove snow and ice from the sidewalks around their property within the first 8 hours after the sun comes up following a snowstorm. If not, business owners could be fined $125 and property owners $25.
What calls do you respond to the most when there are major snowstorms?
So snowstorms, people are usually pretty good. When they call for 911 during a snowstorm, they're usually pretty sick. So it's not per se the type, but the seriousness. They're usually pretty serious calls during a snowstorm. So let's see what we got here.
I reached out to the Department of Public Works to find out when we can expect to see pavement on all DC side and main streets. It says the DC snow team typically gets streets cleared 24 to 48 hours after a snowstorm.
Now, if you are 65 or older, you need help paving areas around your home, we'll have a link attached to this web story on WJLA.com for you to get help and assistance, free help and assistance. We're now reporting live from Northeast DC, Felicia Ashley, 7 News.